what is going on? We're going to be starting here in a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Man, I'm talking kind of quiet, and I am already. Let's go ahead and drop the mat. What is up? We got all the Tank radios in the house. We got Wayne in attendance. We have Jason. We have a Dick. Man, I think I saw your name, Dick. I think you might have had a mug that I packed. We'll go ahead and talk about that too. Yeah, what is up? And we have Ham Radio Duke himself. Hi! All the boys are already smoking cigars in the back. I wish I could make someone also a co-host. I don't know how to do that. But anyway, almost time. We're going to give it one more minute here for people to join in the chat, people to join in my room. And that's nice to see y'all. Go ahead and get it started. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Frank KG5HJ. I think I'm finding the mic on this. I don't know. I'm watching the bar here. We got to have some fun today. This is just nice, relax. Like Voda's over and support your weekends over, and I just wanted to give all the buddies, get them all over here before all the holidays, and we're going to hang out and have some fun. But as always, before we get started, we're going to start off at the top with play that awesome intro video. Quick shout out to all my Patreons who makes the show possible. You can support me by joining Patreon in the link below. And on to Tank Radio. Hey, what is up, y'all? We are going to bring the guys on real fast, but before I do, I am going to first thank Michael Mistro, that's it. He sent me a little care box, and I was like, oh, battery lights, because we were talking about how I didn't have any headlamps, and I thought they were nerdy at first, and I was like, oh, that's awesome, but he asked me during the Tank Commander meeting today, did you actually open that box? I said, yeah, I opened the box. And I saw what you sent me. He's like, but did you open that box? I said, no. So I was like, I'm going to do it on screen here. And he sent me some cigars. Ooh, yeah. He did give me a heads up. This is kind of a hodgepodge. It is a Leva Box Series 5. But it's a hodgepodge of cigars. He told the gentleman, give me the biggest and full bodiest cigars you have, and this is what he sent me. Oh, these are awesome. Ooh, a Camacho. Yeah. I'm going to dig into this a little bit more after I bring the boys on, but I just wanted to say thank you and open that up on the air. And as I mentioned before off the bat, Tank Radio mugs are being shipped. I shipped the first 4 last week, and I packed a bunch today, and I was like, I'm going to ship these off. And I put them on my car, and I was going to run errands, but then I forgot it's Sunday, and UPS and USPS are not open on Sundays. So they're still sitting in my car. I'll get them out probably tomorrow during lunch. But yes, I'm packing them. They're going to be shipping out this week. So I'm hoping to get in y'all's hands early next week, depending on shipping and where you're at. These boys are smoking cigars, and I'm getting jealous. I'm going to button my mic up a bit there. Yeah, unmute the gang. And what is going on? How are y'all doing?
Yeah, Frank always needs to bump his mic up.
We got Robert and Izzo joining. Izzo's trying to figure out some mic issues, but let me go ahead and continue here. Well, first, let's go around the room and tell me What are y'all smoking and drinking tonight? Let's start with Mike. How are you doing, man? What are you smoking and drinking?
I'm doing well. I hope everyone in the room and everyone on stream is doing well as well. I am enjoying an Island Gym. This is I bought, Izzo sent me one of these a couple years ago, and it sat in my humidor for about a year. And then I smoked it and I fell in love with it. And I threw out the wrapper, so I couldn't remember which one it was. So I bought two different ones. And it is the other one that I like better, which is the San Andreas. But this one's pretty good too. A little more earthy. The San Andreas a little more like chocolatey and velvety and creamy and all that. And then I'm drinking water.
Nice. Good for you. Good for you.
Good for you.
My cigar brother from up north. What do you got going on?
I'm just drinking plain old iced tea.
Iced tea?
Just iced tea, sweetened iced tea.
I love it. I love it. Your mic is a little shy.
Can you pump me up a little bit?
No, not in Zoom.
Gotta go to your sound settings and bump up your mic.
I wish I could. Can I?
He needs to.
No spot. While you're doing that, we'll jump to Robert real fast. Robert, man, what do you got?
Hey guys, can you hear okay, Frank?
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
What are you smoking today?
Here tonight, so just running off my phone. So hopefully.
Oh, you dropped for a second, but you're
it,
back.
Holds up. Okay. So I'm smoking whatever it is you gave me last weekend, Frank.
Oh.
That one with the little orange wrapper.
Yes, that is the Tennessee Waltz. I forgot who made it. It is a seasonal cigar they make every couple of years. And it is a beautiful full-body cigar.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it.
Nice. Scott, man.
How goes it?
What are you smoking and drinking, sir?
Well, I kind of miscalculated. I thought I had an hour-long cigar in my hand, and I grabbed my little signature Ave Maria Templar Nights. I got a backup here, which is much larger than this one, because I've been lit for about 20 minutes. I'm already almost done with it. But yeah, I got that going on, and just a Dr. Pepper.
Cool. Thanks for joining. Izzo, second chance.
Is this any better? I bumped up the audio a
Yes.
little bit. There you go. Okay, so this is one of my favorites. It was a hard choice tonight between the McAuliffe that I've been recently introduced with, but I haven't had an inch from J.C. Newman, and this is their 6x60 big boy, and this is a nice 2 hour. So you guys talk about time and what you want to do. This is a nice 2 hour. Don't hit it too hard.
Oh.
And it's really a good smoke, man. It's really good. I spent the last hour down in the ham shack doing some stuff with Jason, the clubhouse boys, and I wanted to fire this thing up. I was like, "Come on, let's hurry up!" But that's what I'm doing.
Thank you.
Inside the Eskimo hut. It's a little cold up here tonight, so we're nice and warm right now.
Love it. Love it. That's your scene for the next, the whole winter season, right?
Right through April. I'm ready. I'm trying to do something. I want to do something different for Winter Field Day. I'm thinking of maybe just going all QRP. It is what it is. It's not a contest, and just do it. Just do it.
All right.
So
I love it. I love it. So what I got here, I see Jason joined. I'm going to jump for you in a second. I cut and lit up the La Gloria Cabana Series R Maduro.
La Gloria.
Yeah.
La Gloria.
Learn English first, Frank. Then try to tackle Spain.
Frank, that's an
is that one I
smoke.
gave you, Frank?
No,
That's
this
an
is from
excellent
Michael, one of my awesome Patreons.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got a quarter of my humidors full of those.
Yeah, those are good smokes, man. They really are.
Yeah, they're really good.
He also sent me a Prismatic cigar. This is, that one. A nice, beautiful one. The one that stood out to me, a Padron 50th anniversary. I'm like, whoa, that is awesome. And
That's a good smoke.
yeah, and Camacho cigar. So thank you.
Which of the Camachos?
This-
What color label?
This is the Black
Turquoise?
Band,
The black band.
Oh, yeah.
built bold, triple Maduro.
That's the
Oh, I
triple
should have lit
Maduro.
that.
I got a couple of those. Those are really good.
Mm-hmm.
They are. Yep.
You guys ever smoked any of the cane Maduros?
Mm-mm.
Never heard of it.
I heard
Never
of that.
Got a little spot that's not wanting to light there. How are you, Jason?
What's up, man?
Doing
I can't
good.
stay for long because I got to get ready for my own thing. But
Roger,
I thought I'd
Roger.
hop in there.
I love it when you just swing by. That's fine. I'll be rolling over to you live stream.
Could have at least lit a small cigar. Jeez.
I could have.
No.
Yeah. I don't
You're
typically
chewing a
smoke.
nub.
I don't typically smoke here in the shack, though.
No, not in the shack.
Oh.
On your beautiful new porch that you have.
Yeah, I don't have anything. I don't have any cameras or anything set up out there. But
Got a phone,
I don't
son. Come on.
Now,
now
you
I do.
you
I do
used
have
to
a
smoke
phone,
in
that's
that
true.
shack. That shack used to be your cigar shack.
That is correct. Yes, before I made it into a ham shack / video studio. That's
Yeah.
what it was used for.
When there's thousands of
But,
dollars of equipment in there, you don't want smoke all over it.
Yeah, but if I mean you can verify this with my wife. I never sell radios, so I don't really care if they smell like smoke or anything. I mean,
True.
what am I
Same
gonna
here.
do with it?
Thank you to
But,
Don
yeah.
N5SKT who gave us 10 gifted memberships. Thank you very much, Don. You're awesome. So what's coming up on your
Don.
live stream tonight, Jason?
Tonight I am talking to Daniel from Spec 5.
Ooh.
He did a presentation at MeshCon here in Texas earlier this month. It was the first weekend of October, where same weekend as Belton. Robert and I and a couple other guys left Belton and drove down to Florence, Texas, I think is where it was.
Lawrence,
And
yeah.
he gave a presentation there about some new devices they're working on, and kind of like the future of where they see mesh-tastic networking kind of migrating to, and that kind of thing. And I thought it was an excellent presentation, so I asked him to come on and give that on the live stream. And this was the date that worked for him, so we got him coming on to talk about mesh-tastic stuff tonight.
Awesome. I am looking forward to it.
Should be a fun stream.
So, Izzo, man, I haven't talked to you in a while. What have you been up to?
Working. Got back into the POTA thing again.
Nice.
And
Saw you spotted the other day.
oh man, have I been, it's kind of cool how you kind of change your game. Like for me, we all have a different, it's just like fishing and hunting. You all got your own little game, a way of doing things. When you get out there, I was always go after the park to parks. Try to get 10, 15 park to parks, and then you can do whatever you want to do. The park is activated. This time, I almost did it with DX, which is like, holy
Nice.
Christ. The
Nice.
DX was just coming in on 10 meters and just absolutely amazing between 10, 12, and 15 of working DX. And then when stations are calling you on 20, it's very weird.
Mm-hmm.
But Frank, I've been playing with this Yaesu FT891. Now I'm an ICOM fanboy all over the world, all my money's been invested. We don't tell the family how much we spent.
Mm-hmm.
But this FT891 is a very interesting rig, and I really wish ICOM did something with the 706 Mark II maybe 5 years ago, bumped it up, and get into that category game. For whatever reason they didn't, so it is what it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this I've been playing the game with the Gigaparts Explorer bag and doing things. Now it's starting to get cold out up here. So I had an old 50 caliber ammo can, and I just threw it, and I did some stuff, drilled some holes, power pulled this, SO239 barreled this. So I built out a little Go box. I'm gonna take that out this coming weekend and just see how it works versus the tailgate versus inside the truck kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And but that's what I've been doing, man, and just playing with different just antennas. Everything is different now. Everything is different due to the propagate where we are in solar cycle 25.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think as a POTA operator, as an activator, you got to change your game of what you want to do, as well as it's a lot easier too. Because I like one of my activations, I threw on a ham stick and I just blew away like 30 contacts like it was nothing.
Yeah, it's the propagation has been amazing, especially on 10. When we did the Support Your Park weekend, I built and used the Poseidon vertical antenna for the first time. And I just sat it on 10, and I pulled like a good third of my contacts were DX. And I wasn't even trying. It was just coming in. I'm like, is that a station starting with a P? Okay, we'll look this one up later. I was like, man, we're...
You know what's amazing too for us activators? Battery options have a watching everyone's videos now about the various batteries that are out there now. There is the word plethora. Is that a good adjective?
Yes,
there is
I love that word.
You have a
There is
plethora, Waffle.
There is a plethora of batteries out there, choices. You can get a 100 ampere hour battery for what? For the prices of what we were paying for 30 and 40 ampere hours.
They're like $135. They're nothing.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, quality. This is why I love watching everyone's videos, because you guys are running the various tests that normally we would not do. The manufacturers don't tell you about. I love your so-called independent videos out there showing, what's the quality of this stuff? What can we expect out of it? A battery management system. Or, I'm sorry, BSI. We never knew what that was up until the last year or so.
Sounds like you still don't.
I gotta rewatch your video again. I watched your stuff the other night. But it's very interesting. It's very interesting of where we're going as a hobby, of what they're supplying us now with stuff, and it's gonna be.
You gotta see what's in my shack right now. I'm gonna post a video on the first.
Your sack, man. I don't want to see what's inside.
My sack, my shack.
Your shack.
Sounded like you said sack to me too.
Yeah,
that's what I heard.
Sack.
That's what I heard.
All right, Santa.
I love this, man. It's been too long since I got y'all together. This is awesome. But yeah, that activation was fun, and I'm actually going to be starting again, building out the ham shack. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to ask my brother. I was talking about this on the Tank Commander meeting, to come over and help me drill some holes in some metal. And I think he has a drill press, so we might use that. I'll go over to his house and film it on that, because yeah, Frank and power tools don't mix well.
I can see that.
Yeah.
There's this platform called YouTube. We can learn how to become proficient in almost anything.
Yeah. My brother usually yells at me for, like, I can't believe you didn't drill through your hand in that video. I can't believe that wood didn't break free and spin around and slapped and broke a finger.
Oh, you have 9 more. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Oh, man. But I'm going to start doing some stuff out here, and I just can't wait. Now, this is a good cigar. The Series R. I'm really enjoying it. It's big. It's a large gauge.
Wait till you get to about halfway down. That second, I really like a cigar at, how it's in like 3 stages usually.
Mm-hmm.
I usually like the second and the final stages. That's when I think you're getting real true, because I've noticed from my local shop that I go to, the owner is very, very knowledgeable, and he doesn't steer you one way. It's all about your palate, and he kind of knows his customers' palates. But finding out there's a lot of leaf now coming, not only from Central America, but now from Spain, from Africa.
I haven't had one from Spain. Tell us about those.
They're all getting into this game. This is a serious topic of where they're going to pull, or where certain blenders want what they want to do. They're not going to tell you everything. The websites are very vague sometimes, and the mixes and the blends that they have going on. And again, stuff is being aged now for 2 to 3, 4, 5 years. But the wraps, the leaf, from where it's coming from, as well as what part of the plant. And I'm learning all of this. It's very interesting listening to my local guy as he educates us
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
um, about this stuff to kind of understand what do you like, why are you smoking what you're smoking. And of course, I'm the guy in the shop where something that is really not in my wheelhouse, and all of a sudden it just knocks my sock off, and we don't know why. Sort of like with coffee drinkers, you guys with bourbon, like you guys have been talking about various bourbons, and I hear you guys do the hand, you do it's all right, or the facial. I get it now. What you guys talk about when you talk about your various bourbons of what
Mm-hmm.
you like and which is just maybe okay. I'm right there when it comes to cigars now.
Mm-hmm.
With different stuff. So,
Talking about bourbon, I just finished off Shane's green bottle label of
Oh,
the
nice.
Wellers, and there's a drop or two left.
Huh.
There we go.
No
It's a-
jalapeno, no pickle whiskey tonight.
No pickle whiskey today.
Wait, we have to recognize that Izzo's smoking like a tree trunk. It's like a 75. What is that?
no, this it's a 6x60, Rob. That's it.
It's a
6x60.
60
look
ring
at
gauge
that
is
thing.
pretty big.
When you look down the barrel of that
It's an
thing,
inch.
it looks like it's
A donkey
tree
cock.
trunk.
There it is,
So-
the explicit.
So
I'm
These
so glad
50
we're not
by
on my stream right
54.
now.
so in other words, we can ruin Frank, but not you. We get it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I have no
Yeah.
issues at all.
The 6x54s are nice smokes. Don't get me wrong, but when I want to sit here and watch a 2.0 for 2 hours,
Yeah, Jason's
I don't
starting to
wanna-
run
I-
a bit.
I hate it at that 60 mark or that 75-minute mark. I'm down. I'd rather have something, but I won't go anything bigger than this, Rob. I've had bigger. I've had the 7x70s, and they don't do
that's
anything
huge.
for me. Yeah,
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
LFD has one. It's a
Yeah,
seven
they've
by
got one.
seventy.
Yeah, I've seen
It's
it.
been nicknamed the Big Boy. That's LFD is in my opinion, again for my taste. I love the
Yeah,
LFD.
LFD is a good smoke. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I
But
Yeah.
that Big Boy to me ruins it because by the time I get halfway into that 1/3, I'm down to their regular size.
you would think it would be really hot at that large of a ring gauge as well.
Yeah, you would think so.
I mean, I've never smoked one, but I can make a rude comment right now, but I think I'll refrain.
Okay.
I'm going to refrain. But it's he's not here to defend himself, so I'm not going to talk about him. But
No.
yeah, I would think it'd be really hot. I mean, that was my thing. And to take the best one I've ever smoked on is an Arturo Fuente Quinones. You ever had that one?
No,
It's like a 52 or 54 ring gauge, but it's like it's like a Churchill size. And when I used to go, me and several friends that used to work together in IT, we would go about once a week on every Thursday night over to one guy's house, and we'd play like a 3 or 4 hour poker game. Just $25 buy-in, you bust out, you can buy in again if you want to, or you can go home, whatever. It's very friendly poker game, and I kind of miss that. But that thing would last through that whole game, and that's a good smoke. If you're going to sit down for 3 or 4 hours, that's a good smoke to have, I think. And the Fuente cigars are fantastic. I really like them. So go check that one out if you have Fuente cigars at your local.
the Oliva brand, similar to what you're saying, the Oliva brand has this really, I think it's pronounced Panilla. It's a very, very, very
Panilla.
thin. It's about 6 inches long, 7, but it's very thin, and it's all just tobacco. There's no fillers in there, and it's meant to smoke. Don't hit it hard, and you can really get, especially if you do a lot of retroing, and it's a really, man, you really want to taste and feel what tobacco is. That's the way of doing it. If you can hack it.
So I've been sitting here thinking, I was like, Mike, we haven't seen you in a while, and Scott, man,
What do you mean?
well, you haven't seen you in a while either. I haven't seen you since damn near Huntsville.
I agree. I miss Scott.
Scott doesn't ever leave the area.
I know. We need to come up with a way for us to get together sometime.
He likes us just when we're far.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Right.
That's a good neighbor.
Yeah.
His microphone's not working either.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
I hope I
you're-
wasn't on mute. So I just
Yeah,
got a
there
lot
you go.
going on.
But I love your Crocodile Dundee hat, man.
You need to, Scott. You got that. You got that Forerunner outfitted now, don't you?
Kind of.
Your new one.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, you need to plan on going to More Expo with us next April. You got 6 months, man. 6 months. Make it happen. There's going to be a big group of hams going to More Expo, larger than, fingers crossed, larger group of hams this year than or next year than there was this year. We had what, 7 or 8 of us this time?
Yeah.
Rob? Something like that,
Yeah,
Frank.
Yeah.
It was
And,
a good group.
Yeah, and so yeah, you would like that. That's right up your alley. We sit around.
Where's
smoke
that at in Missouri?
Yeah, Springfield, Missouri. We had Gazelle City. We have like 6 Gazelle tents set up there. They called us Gazelle Compound or something like that.
Yeah.
But lot of Toyota guys there. So right up your alley. Smoke cigars at night, drink whiskey at night, that kind of thing.
Well,
so,
Jason's
jump
brother
out.
came out the first time I met him, and he really introduced me to the concept of morning cigar, breakfast cigar. So he woke up and just lit one up automatically. I was
think
like,
it's- Yeah.
yes, game changer.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be like coffee and cigars?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a
Like,
podcast.
when
we'll
you
do.
guys smoke-
I think he's gonna go next year. I think he's interested in going back, so he should be there.
When you guys smoke like around, we'll say 11 o'clock, noontime, 1 o'clock, do you guys start off with something a little bit lighter and then throughout the evening progress, or do you just,
No.
it is what it is?
No.
No, that's like starting the day with like a light beer. No.
Yeah, no, I
Either-
don't
either
either.
drink the real thing or just drink water.
Okay, I thought I was doing it, but to me, whatever I have in my humidor is what I'm smoking.
Yeah.
I don't start-
that's true for
I
me
don't
too.
graduate. I just, I
Now,
don't.
It's
what I will
actually-
do, Don, what I'll do is I'll smoke my better cigar first. Like if I'm mowing the grass,
Yep.
right? And I've got like 3-4 hours on the tractor. I'll smoke a good cigar first, and then I'll smoke, a lesser cigar after the fact.
No. It's rare that I smoke more than 1 cigar a day. I've done it, and I have no problem doing it, but it's rare that I'll smoke more than one a day.
I think that Huntsville meetup was the 5 cigars that day. When we were all at the pavilion.
I didn't have 5, but
Like I had
I
one
did
in the
have. I think
morning.
I had 2. I think I had 2 or 3 that day. Yeah.
It was fun that whole meetup.
There's another reason for you to come to Huntsville, Izzo.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you know what? I'm just thinking about what Robert, because Robert, I have a half an acre. Trust me, if I could have 50 acres, I'd have 50 acres. But I'm on a postage stamp. But I get on that John Deere. First off, I gotta have a cigar when I'm cutting grass. It don't make a difference even if I'm on there for an hour. But you get into some good thought. I think we have our greatest ideas of what we're going to do about life or a project or who we want to knock off, or I don't care what it is. While we're on that tractor and we're just, we're doing our thing up and down, go around the tree.
Best work on the tractor.
And I got my cigar going. So to me, especially on my day off, 3 is easy. I mean, I've done 4 and 5, but it's a minimal of 3 probably for that day. Especially towards the end of the night, if I'm watching someone's show live or taped, or I'm chasing some POTA at night, that's an easy 4 cigar day, easy. And the tractor is always the first one. You're absolutely right. I thought about that, Robbie. You're right. All my good ones are always my first ones on that lawn cutting day.
I am saddened that when I usually POTA, I used to light a cigar and smoke a cigar, but now I'm running pileups kind of all the time. And that cigar keeps going out. And when I do have a chance to light it, then I work another 4 or 5 or 6 people back to back to back, and it will go out again. So I kind of gave up, and it makes me a little sad. I'm not smoking a cigar and working the radio.
What you need to do, and I figured this out the hard way, so I'm not a genius or anything. I figured this out the hard way. What you need to do is get a boom mic and a foot pedal. So free up your hands. That way you're just foot pedal. Yeah, CQ POTA, And then you still got to have your fingers free for your keyboard or your phone or
But you
tablet,
can
whatever
work
you're
a
using.
keyboard one-handed and hold a cigar.
Yeah, you could do that, and you put the cigar in your mouth and type and
So
whatnot.
put the
but then
microphone in your hand
takes,
too.
It takes the microphone out of your hand, so it makes it a little bit easier. Because I do the same
Imagine
thing.
that was a microphone, and then the cigar. And I got my right hand a log.
I was just gonna say,
powder,
right hand.
CQ powder.
No.
my
I find I put the cigar down. I do that with the one-handed mic and cigar. I do that a little bit. I find I put the cigar down a little bit too often, and it goes out. So but I have my Heil set up finally. That for portable ops, and I'd lost my ring to hold the microphone onto the boom arm, and I got another one from Heil. I talked to them at Huntsville, and they're like, just email me. I'll get you. I'll sell you one at wholesale. I'm like, cool. But so I got it all set up now. I just gotta go out and do it.
Mm-hmm.
That foot pedal's the best.
Foot pedal's awesome.
That's
It's
just
freaking
more crap to bring out, man.
The Polo software now that I'm running on my iPad. Oh my God, Sebastian has done an incredible job of
making
making
release
it
that
so
on the
easy.
computer.
I've yet to use that.
Really, man? Oh, Jason, I am telling.
I thought it was on
Listen,
Windows now.
What's
I
that?
generally, is it on Android? I usually use it.
It's on Android.
Yeah, it's on Android.
That's all I care.
Scott, did you have
You know
something?
what?
Hey, what?
Did you have something?
For what?
Oh, I thought you were about to say something, so I was giving you a chance to come on in.
No. There's a thing we use in golf. If a lot of golfers smoke cigars. Like I was saying, I thought it was called a cigar caddy, but some kind of thing that holds a cigar. But I bet you could thread it with a 1/4-20 thread and put it in a little tiny stand and have it right in front of your face. So you sit there
Yes.
while you're talking.
What you need is one of those old like mouthpieces. Like after you get your braces off, you have the headgear, and you need that with the cigar right
The
there. You just,
harmonica holder that
like
holds the harmonica holder.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about what Peter Frampton and Bruce
doesn't-
Springsteen do when they're running that harmonica.
That wouldn't look stupid at all. You doing ham radio at a park and having that on your face, that wouldn't look stupid at all.
That came from
I
John
think
in
that
the
needs to be a
chat.
thing.
The harmonica
That's a
cigar
YouTube
holder.
video, guys. That's a YouTube video right there.
Yeah. I may or may not have obtained a hat, like a sombrero-looking hat, made by EcoFlow. That's a freaking solar panel. And because I saw that and I'm like, oh my God, I got to wear that in a video. So
That's too awesome.
I actually brought that to Belton, Mike,
for
and I never. Yeah. I want to be on my phone all day. It'll charge my phone right up. Stand it out in the sun. So, yeah, I get the harmonica mouthpiece with the cigar holder, and I think that would complete the ensemble.
You need to get the drink holder in the hat too.
Yes,
right? So,
yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and that has a solar panel, so it can warm the drink for you.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Winter field day.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to be a conversation
Oh,
we
my
need to
goodness.
have. Figure out what's going on for Winter Field Day, because maybe
I'm
that's going to be the next big meetup of all us Texas guys.
I'm gonna try to call about that tomorrow. I meant to call last week, and I just got busy with stuff. I'm gonna
we
try to
gotta
call
go with
about
this.
that tomorrow, because I got to call them, and I got to call the place that N8YO. I know he's in the chat. The place that N8YO was talking about in Discord earlier this week too. So I got to make 2 phone calls this week.
All right, I'll remind you.
Good, do that. Seriously.
I will.
Yeah.
I will. I'm not shy about hitting you up and text and calling you. You know me.
I've just well, deer season starts on Saturday, so I've been spending the last week going to the deer lease. I've been to the deer lease at least once a day for the last 3 weeks,
Nice.
and got a new feeder set up. I got a new cellular trail cam set up. You should see some of the stuff because it shows up in the app. It's really cool.
Those are the best.
Yeah. I never had one that had cellular service before, so it's great. So rebuilding my deer stand, going through the whole hassle with the trailer. Oh my God. So I've been spending most of my time on that for the last
Did you
couple
get
weeks.
one of them sold?
Not yet.
Okay.
But I got the old one sitting at a used lot up in Denton that
Oh, that's progress.
from a guy that I brought it home, cleaned it up real good, make sure everything was working, which it was, and took it up to one guy I knew. He's like, take it over here. This other guy took it to him. He put it on his lot, so it's only been there for like 3 days, but we'll see. I don't know. But
That's your new one yet?
No, hopefully that's gonna. I've got an appointment to take it in on. I think it's the 13th, November 13th, or something like that. So,
Jeez.
yeah, as soon as that's done, that thing's getting traded or sold.
Yeah.
Gone.
So they're not going to get you in for 3 months after you had the problem.
It's been longer than that, but yes.
Well, it was a date or Huntsville where
Well,
it wasn't going
that's
out.
when it stopped working. It was having
Yeah.
issues for 3 or 4 months prior to that.
Well, it's been having issues since day one. But
Well, yes.
they got
But
at least they did
Jason,
some work on it.
Didn't the dude come out to the house and work on it?
He did. Yeah, they came out. They ordered parts. They came out, looked at it, ordered parts. It was, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks after that. They finally got the parts in. They came out, and they spent about half hour, and they're like, since this room is basically frozen inside of the trailer, they can't back the room out to take it apart. They said you're going to have to come around from the outside, take all the paneling off to get to the motor to replace everything in there. And they're like, we're not doing that in the field. And I'm like, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Man, I
Yeah.
still remember the first time we drove that out to, had to be Huntsville, and the motorcycle guy came up to
Yeah.
us when we were
Yes.
filling up with gas. He's like, "Do you know you're dropping panels?" We're like, "What?"
Yeah.
And we looked down, and the plastic panels underneath it, one was almost about to come off, and he's like, "Yeah, you
Yep.
flew one like 10 miles back."
I'm like, here's the number to Forest River. Please call them and sue them.
Right.
Yeah, so I told my wife about the bill idea. She didn't really. She's like, that doesn't sound like. I was like, trust me, it'll be a great idea for a video. So I want to build a bill trailer, and we'll see if that
Yeah,
happens.
Build a what trailer?
Bill has
bill-
custom bill.
A bill trailer.
A bill trailer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bill. Yeah, Ham Radio Tectonics Bill.
Yeah, yeah,
K0WHW. You saw it at Huntsville.
Oh, I know. I was just
Yeah.
I had to think for it. What the hell's a bill trailer?
Don,
am I
go ahead
hearing
and
him
drop
right?
his link to his channel. I hope he's
Bill-
put some videos up on that. That is amazing.
I don't know that he
thing.
has. I don't know that he. I told him he should be. I was like, dude, you should be putting all kinds of videos up. Bill got the idea from Chuck because Chuck brought his trailer that he did. Now Bill did it up like much more customized than Chuck did. Chuck just did a basic bed and a little shelf for the ham shack and whatnot. But Chuck brought his trailer to Quartz Fest 2 years ago. You saw that one, Frank.
Yes.
And then Bill's like, oh, that's a great idea. And then Bill just like went overboard with it. Not overboard in a bad way, but you know, Bill's trailer is freaking rad. It is
It's
freaking
beautiful.
cool.
It's
So,
beautiful.
Be a excellent place, excellent thing to have at the hunting lease. So
Man, I can't wait to winter field day. I've been enjoying this downtime though. I needed the downtime. I was getting stressed out, and I've got things back together now, and have time now to focus more on the channel. I'm getting those mugs out, and I'm ready to hit this hard. It's going to be a fun run up to winter field day. At least I'm talking about my channel.
you have all the mug labels now.
Yes, all the
Yeah.
mug labels are printed out. And I did about 9-10 of them today. And I was going to go drop them off, but I forgot it's Sunday. And
I heard you
nothing's
say that
open.
earlier. Yeah, I heard you say that. Hey, some of those labels are UPS labels. Pay attention
Yeah.
to that.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
I already dropped a couple of them off up there. I got a big old box for UPS or USPS.
Yeah. Most of them are USPS, but it just kind of depends on where the person lived and what Shopify gives you like a listing of options. Say, here's the cheapest option, here's the most expensive option. And generally speaking, I pick like the second to the cheapest option because the cheapest option might be like 4 or 5 days, and then the second cheapest is like 3 days. And I usually pick the 3-day one because depending on what they paid for shipping, the customer paid for shipping. That's
My awesome Patreon Michael, who sent me these amazing cigars, ordered 4 of the mugs. And I was like, how am I going to ship those? And I got to find a box for them. And when he sent me these cigars, I was like, wait a minute, this box is almost right. And I put them in there with the inserts that all the mugs came with. I was like, this will work. This will work. So I'm going to reuse this box.
Yeah.
Nice.
good. Excellent.
So what's going on with you, Mike? Yeah, you're muted.
Unmute.
Self-muted.
You gotta unmute.
Self-muted.
I tell you. What's going on with me? I'll tell you, my wife.
No respect.
So I think it was yesterday. I was screwing around with the radio, and I plugged the coax that I have in here into it. And for some reason, I discovered that there was a short in the coax.
Oops.
And I'm like, how the hell is there a short in the coax? So I think this was 2 days ago. So today I'm like, all right, I got to fix this because my antenna the antenna that goes over the house fell down. It broke at the end. So I had to replace that, which means I had to throw a thing over the tree and do all that whole thing. But this coax thing, I'm like, all right, I need to replace it. So I've got a run of, I'm embarrassed to say this because it's not Messi and Plony, but I've got a run of that cheap LMR 400 I bought off of Amazon, going out my shack, over the house, and to the front porch that I had in an antenna switch, so I could change that antenna to, like, if I want to play front porch radio, and then that also goes out to the antenna that goes over the street. So I took the old coax out, which was like RG8X, some Tram RG8X, and I replaced it with some Messi and Plony Ultraflex 7 Sahara. And as I'm up there, I had to take down, it's on my neighbor's side of the house. It's like this Roan push-up tower. So I'm like on the precipice of the house, and I'm like sitting down with my feet hanging over the roof, and I'm lowering this. It wasn't as bad as it seemed. And as I got it lowered, I looked at the transformer. It's the 1010's 49-1, and it just hit me that a 49-1 is a shorted antenna, and that's why it was showing a short, because there's that capacitor that shorts between. And I'm like, you son of a bitch! So I did all that work because I'm transmitting just fine. I'm like, well, how is there a short in my coax? And it was just like, I didn't even think about it. I'm like, you son of a bitch. So I already had everything like 90% done. So I just put the new coax up, but then I had to throw the old antenna up. So, and then I had to go across the street and tighten that one up because it was drooping a little bit. So I was doing antenna work today on the roof.
National Lampoon's Ham Radio Adventures.
I saw that. That's good. Frank, I got to drop.
Yes, sir.
I'll see you in about 20 minutes.
Yep.
All right.
Have a good one, Jason.
Yeah, thanks.
We'll see ya.
See ya.
And then there was 4. Is there a way to find a short, like on what end of the cable, or it's just the whole thing?
Yeah, so I threw. Your rig expert will do it. I just did a freaking thing on Mailbag Monday a few weeks ago about this, but the TDR, the time domain reflectometer in a rig expert, will shoot a signal down the cable, and you got to know the velocity factor of the cable, but it'll tell you where in the coax there's a short. And I did it, and it said it was like 85.22 feet or something. I'm like, okay, so it's the whole freaking coax. It was like basically at the antenna. So it was seeing the short at the antenna. So
is that a particular model of Rig Expert? Because there's like 3 or 4 of them, or is it all of them?
I don't know if it's all of them. I've got the Stick Pro.
Okay. If you want that Stick Pro, you can go to Gigaparts and use Tank at checkout and get 5% off.
Don't they? Does anyone else have a Rig Expert? Don't they all
I
do
got
that?
a blue one. So the 2020?
Yeah, so you just turn it on and you hit the stop button, and it cycles. There's like 3 different pages that it'll cycle through. One of them, I think yours does it, because that's the 230 or something, isn't it?
Yes, 230. That's the right one.
Yeah.
I've got the
know.
AA 600.
Yeah, I don't know, but
Looks
the
like
Stick
a
Pro does. I think any of the Zoom ones do too. There might be a different. I don't know.
That's a nifty feature.
Oh, dude, those analyzers are freaking amazing. They do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I had to use one the other day, and I'm like, man, I'm so glad this is in your pack. When you're packing it, you're like, I'm not going to need that, and every now and then you do, and he's like, this is a lightsaber.
Oh, my Rig Expert lives in my Explorer bag. Like, that is its home. It doesn't go anywhere without me, and I don't go anywhere without it. I take it shopping. We go to the grocery store.
You
Take
dress
You
up
never
in
know.
Well, 'cause
Emergency knows a holiday.
you gotta put the analyzer on the shopping cart to see if it'll antenna.
Yes.
Right.
I saw that video. That was amazing.
That was a fun day.
How many people are like? Is it the little end between you and the whatever you're trying to test is actually transmitting? Like Kyle did for Will and Antenna. He's like a cereal box, transmit on 2 meters. Well, my dog transmit on 2 meters.
Hey, if you want to try that, you better get out there and do it. I don't know about you guys, but I keep seeing these plastic shopping carts show up.
Yes.
Right, they're replacing the old metal shopping carts with these doggone plastic shopping carts.
You got that Target money, that's why.
No, it's the grocery
Folks
store.
like me be shopping at Walmart.
Or Walmart.
Robert shops
Shopping
at
carts are
H-E-B, man.
expensive. Guys, you know shopping carts are very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they pay some people to rally them, go herd them all around and get them back in. And I didn't realize the cost back in the day. So I can just
It costs
imagine.
about as much as it costs about as much as a DX Commander.
I know
man.
back in the day, one of the jobs my brother had, he would go. He had this little van, and he would drive around to different grocery stores, depending on whatever contract they had, and they'd replace all the wheels on the shopping carts.
Wow.
Yeah,
You mean
It
they
was
replace
also-
the good ones with bad ones?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
of course.
Yeah,
But that wheel that
Because
goes,
none of them ever
goes,
work.
They got to make sure it's got that wheel. Yeah.
That's
the
right.
shimmy wheel. That was a shimmy wheel.
my theory is why they always turn left or right, so that you get closer to the merchandise, and that little toddler
That's
can
the
pick
NASCAR
stuff
one.
up and put them in the basket for them.
The one that
The one
turns
that always
left.
turns left.
Yes.
That's the NASCAR one. Yeah, that's the NASCAR card.
Mm.
There used to be a group that somebody had this idea when I was in the food world. I spent 21 years in the food world, and everyone had this idea. We're going to advertise. You guys remember the carts that had the advertising on that little area in the front, and in the front of the cart, this and that, and stuff. And I remember some people thought it was a goof when to switch things around and everything, and the games that people play, as well as stealing the carts. People, or I should say steal, they were borrowing the carts. For the guy who lived, maybe not in a house, but the shopping cart was a very important piece for him to collect his cans so he can get them redeemed and then go keep the
He was just
economy.
borrowing it, right? He was recycling. He was just borrowing.
He was
the cart.
recycling, right? He's just borrowing a cart, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they started getting, and I remember one place in New York City I had to go into, or maybe on the island or something. The shopping carts would not go past. You can get them outside, but they have these concrete stanchions, vertical stanchions, where the carts
Nice.
cannot leave.
Mm-hmm.
That's how So everyone got smart to keep their costs down.
Yep.
It's like that dog fence, right? That's what they ought to do. They ought to bury a fence and then put some sort of charge mechanism. So if you get close to that wire, it'll start to buzz, and then if you go over the wire, you'll start getting shocked.
Can you imagine the little old lady getting
An
zapped?
amplifier.
Get a little RF burn.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome. Scott, man, what have you been up to?
Well, I've had some ideas, some new shows for my channel since I haven't put one out since August. Been promoting the book, and been training for my my match in December.
What book again?
What book?
Yeah.
My book.
I mean, tell us the title. I'm
For
trying.
those of us that don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, the book's called The Path to Abundance. It's basically about how to use positive thinking and positive mindset to reach your goals.
Interesting.
Love it.
My
Love it.
first published book, and
Let me know when that's available.
It's available
I
now.
would like to. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
on Amazon. Yeah, it's on
Okay.
Amazon. I'll shoot you a link.
Okay, no, thank you.
I wasn't planning on writing it. It just kind of happened, so I just let it flow and do its thing and turn into a book. So, pretty happy with it.
John in
Scott,
the
what
chat
do you
says,
got in the
great
back?
read.
Scott, what do you have in the back there in your backyard? It looks like I thought it was a goalpost for a football, but it's not.
Go ahead.
It's a white.
Aha!
You got a thumbs up for me. Explain it if you want.
These are targets. I built a kill house in the backyard. That's why I do my training for my competition.
Excellent. And then the white one?
The white
Over your
one's
left
is a fake. Yeah, it's supposed to be a fake wall that I have to run around to get to the third target.
Got it. Excellent.
When's your
Is
next
this like an
competition?
IDPA type thing? Scott, is this like an IDPA thing?
USPSA,
Nice.
When's your next competition?
December 7th in Belleville.
Belleville. Okay. Good luck. I'm looking forward to hearing how you do.
Yeah, me too. Train for 2 hours. Train for 2 hours a day.
Oh, wow.
That Glock sponsorship.
Say what?
To get that Glock sponsorship.
Yeah, I'd like to.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, we're coming up here close to the top of the hour. So I'm just going to go ahead and go around the room and give everyone a chance to say what they're doing on their channel and where we can find more about y'all. Let's go ahead and start with my top here. Mike, KAMRD, formerly known as KAMRD Radio Stuff and currently Ham Radio Tube. I love saying that. I love saying that. What's going on in your world?
Well, I changed the name of my channel again.
Again?
Kidding. No. Let's see. Well, I shot a video yet. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
digging.
Oh, bigger.
Big 'em.
We've got Mailbag Monday tomorrow, and then I got a new radio that I ordered in May that finally arrived. So I shot that video a few days ago, and I think I might post that Wednesday. And then we've got a really big capacity battery in a really small physical size that I think I'm putting out on the 1st. I'm really excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
And just like we were saying earlier, the prices of these lithium iron phosphate batteries are just obscenely inexpensive now. And this one is much bigger than before. We do the 100 amp hour ones. Those are just that's kind of like to get you in the door,
It's table stakes these days.
Yeah. So now we've got a new one to look at from Watt Cycle. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for joining me. And
No problem.
I am looking forward to hanging out with you again, man. It's been a bit.
It has. I mean, you drove past here
I did.
a few weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
and you didn't even stop. I mean, I'm
Oh,
literally right
that's
off
a
the freeway.
sin.
Right off the
That's
freeway.
a sin. That's
I
Quick on and
called
off.
out on
It's a
5-2.
quick on and off.
I did a 5-2 call out, but you were in Belton.
No,
That was Belton
I
weekend.
was in. Oh, was it?
Yep.
I don't know. It could have been. I don't
Mm.
remember.
I wasn't in Belton. You drove right past my house too.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
a,
but
that's
you're a little
another
bit.
sin.
You're a little bit
Sin.
west. A little bit. 45
Sin.
kind of doesn't go by you, even though it does, because I could get on 69 and.
I love it. I love it. Let's go to Robert, man. Where do we find more about you and what's coming up?
Sure. You can find me at Digital Rancher on YouTube. Let's see what I've been playing around with. Speaking of Spec 5, that Jason he's got Daniel from Spec 5 coming up on his channel. I've been playing with this new device that they have called a Spectre, which is a 2.5 inch. It's a phone and a Mesh-tastic device all in a single case, and it's only a 2.5 inch phone, so it's teeny tiny. And
Is that thing that looks like a little iPhone?
yes,
I've seen
and
that.
so I've been playing with that, and it's pretty cool. It's really small, and you wonder just how capable is this thing. But this weekend I got a APRS Droid running on it, and first of all, I approached this from the aspect of I don't want it on any network. I don't want Google to know about it. I don't want the cell carrier to know about it. So it's just a Android device that I sideload APRS Droid, WODE, and some other ham radio applications on it. And I got WinLink or WODE working on it, and APRS Droid working on it with off-grid maps, if you will. So it's not using Google Maps or anything else. You can use this thing completely off-grid, not connected to anything. And for a little itty-bitty device, this thing keeps up. It can do it. So it's really an interesting device. And of course, it runs Meshtastic. So I've been playing with that. I've been playing around with that new Victron Energy battery charger that I did a video on here a week or so ago, right? And this is a 30 amp charger, which is really nice if you've got some of these big batteries I'm talking about. Oh. We got some deer in the backyard. All right. That's what I've been doing. You might want to move on. I'll get rid of the barking folks here. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you joining. Izzo, my man, the one ham radio guru guy, POTA master out there. I haven't met yet. What's going on?
I don't know. Every time I wanted to start something new, maybe some satellite, I wanted to take a deep dive into satellite stuff. Life kind of takes a turn with me, and so we're doing some housing project going on. We're redoing the house, room by room. We're going around doing different projects that that are well over. I always used to sit in paper up in the cloud. Now they're coming into fruition. We're getting them done. Working with a great contractor. So I'm just relying, saying I'm just going to go back to my roots of POTA, and I've been just getting more active with POTA. Catch me on Clubhouse on Tuesday nights, 7 p.m. Central Time with Shane, Joe Brett, Steve. Bolson sometimes pops in, and whatever guests we have coming in, and just want to hang out and maybe talk a little radio, talk about other stuff, and, just having some good cigars. So that's what I'm doing right now.
I love it. Well, thank you for coming on. It's always great to catch up with you, man, and you've been great.
Thank you for having me, friend.
And finally, Scott, my co-host, man, kind of Halloween lit it up now. I love it.
It got a little dark out here since we started the live stream. So you can find me on YouTube at Ham Radio for Non-Techies. I'm working on a really cool show right now. This other ham had sent me some stuff, and it's going to be basically some resources on how to get, we've always wanted to figure out how to get younger kids into ham radio. And I believe this might be a really cool resource to help get kids into ham radio and get them interested in it. So I'm working on that. I'm still working on the K6ARK 100 watt end-fed half-wave antenna, which I started building a couple months ago, and just life got in the way. But I got to just wrap up the last little bits of tuning it and testing it out, and the whole show will be ready to roll. But other than that, just doing my thing, guys.
Love it, man. Thanks for always co-hosting with me. I love having you on, and hang out because I want to talk to you kind of after. Thanks for all of y'all coming on. Give me 1 second here. Boom. What is up? Thank y'all for watching. Thank you to all my Patreons. I love each and every one of you. You've been amazing. I got the torches going now. I think this is blowing me out a little bit. We'll maybe fix that later. But this has been amazing. If you love this, just us kind of hanging out, chatting, Texas Hams is a once a month podcast I release on my my audio podcast. Every week there is a different audio subject that we talk about, or format. Let's go with different format. Texas Hams is one of them, and it's just all my Texas friends hanging out and talking about the channel and whatever else subjects coming up, or it's offhand radio. It's whatever we want to talk about. As always, Patreon, you can go ahead and support me there. Also, the YouTube memberships. And I think that's it. Y'all have been awesome and amazing for watching. And as always, y'all, go forth and conquer. Say bye.
Everybody.
Bye.
Oh, I did not have the credits queued. Here we go. A quick shout out to all my Patreons who make the show possible. You can support me by joining Patreon in the link below. And on to Tank Radio.